So good morning dear cadets. So yesterday I taught you the experimental studies of some compound by Werner. Okay. So on the basis of that experiment, Werner, he proposed Werner theory of coordination compound. So Werner postulates. What is the meaning of postulates? Statements which is proved scientifically. They are known as postulates. Okay. So try to understand on the basis of means some idea regarding the coordination compound you have already got, and most of the things I have already discussed. But in Werner theory, what are the main points? Again I wrote here and again I will explain. Just see, first point, in any coordination compound, central metal atom or ion exhibit two types of valency. Okay. So just try to understand, in coordination compound what is there? Central metal atom or ion is there. That central metal atom or ion that exhibit two types of valency. First one is the primary valency, second one is the secondary valency. In modern chemistry, primary valency is known as oxidation number and it is ionizable. Ionizable means it can be ionized. So on the basis of this, I think you are guessing, means this primary valency means those who are satisfying the primary valency, they are present in the ionization sphere. They are not present in the coordination sphere, because the things which are present inside the coordination sphere, they are non-ionizable. Okay. So in modern chemistry it is known as oxidation number and it is ionizable and it is represented by dotted line. Okay, since it is ionizable, that is why it is represented by dotted lines. What about secondary valency? It is known as, in modern chemistry it is known as coordination number. Okay, and you know the meaning of coordination number already, you have written the number of, what is the meaning of coordination number? The number of ligands surrounding the central metal atom or ion, that is their coordination number. If 4 ligands are surrounding, so coordination number is 4. If 6 are surrounding, 6. If 5 are surrounding, 5. So what is the coordination number? Coordination number is nothing but a number of ligands surrounding or making coordinate bond with the central metal atom. Okay. And it is non-ionizable, already I told you. So now guess, just guess here. Primary valency ions means those who are satisfying the primary valency of central metal atom, they are present in the ionization sphere. Especially more clarity would be there. Right now I am telling you, they would be present in the right hand side of the square bracket and they are negatively charged ion only. In further point it will be clarified. Okay, so it is coordination number secondary valency, it is non-ionizable and it is represented by thick line. So since it is non-ionizable, that is why it is represented by thick lines. So 2 points are clear here. Number 1 point, primary valency is present in the ionization sphere, means primary valency of central metal atom, those who are fulfilling, they will be present in the right hand side of the ionization sphere, and those who are fulfilling the secondary valency of central metal atom or ion, they are present inside the coordination sphere, means inside the square bracket. Okay, clarity is there. Next point, central metal atom or ions tends to satisfy its both valencies. Means don't think that central metal atom wants to fulfill only one valency. It tends to satisfy its both types of valency. Primary valency is always fulfilled by negative. This is very important point. Primary valency always fulfilled by negatively charged ions, and negatively charged ions, they are present in the right hand side of the ionization sphere. Counter ion, secondary valency can be fulfilled by neutral molecules or ligand or negatively charged ions. So just try to understand here, very clear cut idea is there. Primary valency is always fulfilled by the negatively charged ions. That is why negatively charged ions always present in the right hand side of the ionization sphere. Secondary valency can be fulfilled by the negatively charged ions are neutral ligands. Okay, so they are present in the inside the coordination sphere. Okay, so what is the conclusion here? Negatively charged ligands are ion, they can fulfill both types of valency, primary valency and secondary valency. But one thing is there, when they will fulfill primary valency, they will be present in the ionization sphere. When they will fulfill secondary valency, they will be present inside the coordination sphere. Okay, now there is one more point. Neutral molecules or ligand can fulfill only secondary valency. So it is clear now that neutral molecules or ligand, they can fulfill only secondary valency, nothing to do with the primary valency. Primary valency must be fulfilled by the negatively charged ions only or ligand only. Each central metal atom or ion must have fixed coordination number or valency. So just see, now as a central metal atom, who is working, who is acting? D block or F block elements. So D block elements many are there. Chromium is there, copper is there, cobalt is there, manganese is there, Hg is there, okay, yttrium is there, many are there. So all will have fixed coordination number. Okay, so no means try to understand, everyone, cobalt will have their own secondary valency, copper will have their own secondary valency. So each central metal atom or ion must have fixed coordination number or valency. Okay, correct, no problem at all. Secondary, next point, secondary valency or coordination number directed toward the fixed spatial arrangement. Means secondary valency is non-ionizable, so they will direct toward the fixed geometry in 3D. That is because of secondary valency only, coordination compound acquire particular shape in 3D like tetrahedral, octahedral, square planar, pentagonal, pyramidal, whatever is there. This is because of secondary valency. This is not because of primary valency. Because primary valency, they are ionizable, they will be ionized. But secondary valency, they are non-ionizable, so they will acquire particular shape in 3D or spatial arrangement. That is why geometry of the coordination compound is because of secondary valency. There is a one point here that you can write point number 6. Point number 6 is negatively charged ion can fulfill both types of valency. Okay, both types of valency, that is primary and secondary. Okay, negatively charged ion, they can fulfill primary valency also and secondary valency also. So try to understand, they will be present inside the coordination sphere also and outside the coordination sphere, that is ionization sphere. So somewhere you can write, in some cases negatively charged ions. Now point number 6, I may write this side, just see. Point number 6, in some cases negatively charged ions fulfill primary as well as secondary valency. Okay, so this is also one of the important point. Negatively charged ions may be present. Now try to understand, even if negatively charged ion present inside the coordination sphere, then also it can fulfill the primary valency. It doesn't mean that those who are present in the ionization sphere, negatively charged ion, they can only fulfill. Those who are present inside the coordination sphere, if they are negatively charged ligand, so they can fulfill the primary valency also. So they will be fulfilling both valency if they are present inside the coordination sphere. So they have to fulfill secondary valency. Meantime, they will fulfill primary valency also. Some cases. Are you getting my point or no? Once again I am telling you, those who are present in the ionization sphere, especially negatively charged, not especially, 100% negatively charged ion, they must fulfill primary valency. But if negatively charged ion present inside the square bracket, means in coordination sphere, so they fulfill primary valency also, but fulfilling secondary valency, that is their primary responsibility. Means inside the square bracket, means first they will fulfill the secondary valency, and after that they will fulfill the primary valency also if they are negatively charged ion. If they are neutral molecules, they will fulfill only and only secondary valency. Okay. Now, here what is there? Now, on the basis of this one, we will write the structure of coordination compound. Then all those points you will have clear understanding. Okay. So, we'll apply all these principles, points, for writing the structure of coordination compound. So see dear cadets, here 1, 2, 3, 4 coordination compound I wrote. Okay, I am not talking of their naming, I am talking of their structure on the basis of Werner theory. Okay, you have to write on the basis of Werner theory their structures. Just see. So this is present in the ionization sphere, so it will fulfill its primary valency. Okay, and now NH3 ligand, that is amine ligand, that is present inside the coordination sphere, that will fulfill its secondary valency. So here clear cut case is there is no issue, isn't it? So just see here cobalt, now just see. Now 6 ligand is there, it means its geometry would be octahedral. Okay, so just try to understand this one, this, and this. Here everywhere coordinate bond. Okay, so here what would be there? NH3, and here what is there? NH3. Here also NH3. Here NH3. Here also NH3. Okay, now bracket close. Now outside what is there? 3Cl3 ion is there. So you can write here Cl3, isn't it? Because they are ionizable, isn't it? So what is there? They should not be represented by coordinate bond here. Other way is also there. You can write here 3 positive. Because once this coordination compound ionize, it will put here, it will take its electron. So here 3 positive charge will come or not? That only I did. 3 positive. Okay, just see here. CONH3 whole 6, 3 positive plus 3 Cl negative ion. Okay, in this way also you can write. Now, if 3, only one difference is there. If 3 positive ion you are writing, so if here you are not writing Cl3, it means what is there? Some other ion may also be there. If you are writing Cl3, so it is specified that only chloride ion is only there. That is the only difference. Now, what about this one? Just see. Here, one negatively charged ligand is here, inside. Okay? And 2 are outside. Now try to understand. So those who are present outside of the coordination sphere, they must satisfy the primary valency. Okay, but negatively charged ligand which is present inside the square bracket, that will fulfill both valency, primary as well as secondary valency. Now try to understand here. In such cases, try to understand, your problem starts when negatively charged ligands present inside the square bracket. Okay, then you will have problem whether it is fulfilling primary valency or secondary valency. So sure it is inside the square bracket, so it must fulfill the secondary valency. But what about primary valency? So just try to understand, if it is negatively charged, then it must fulfill primary as well as secondary valency if it is present inside the coordination sphere. So now clarity should be there. Once again listen, if negatively charged ligand present inside the square bracket, it will fulfill both valency, primary valency as well as secondary valency. Okay, So just try to understand here. This is cobalt. What is this one? Cobalt. Now 5 amine ion is there. 1 2 3. So write down here NH3, 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 here also NH3, here also NH3. Okay, NH3. Okay, now Cl. So now Cl, this is also coordinate bond only, coordinate bond. Write down here Cl. Now this Cl is fulfilling primary as well as secondary valency. So now Cl, first one is coordinate bond, it means secondary valency. Now put here a dotted line, because it is fulfilling primary valency also. Okay, so if negatively charged ligand present inside the coordination sphere, that will fulfill both valency, primary as well as secondary valency. Okay, now again bracket close. Now what is there? Now here what you will write? You will write here 2 positive, because when it will ionize, you can write here COCl NH3 whole 5 plus what is there? 2Cl negative. Okay, now same way you can write here also. Here 2Cl negatively charged ligand is there. So these 2Cl, they will fulfill primary as well as secondary valency. Just see the structure. Cobalt, now 1 2 3 4, NH3, here also NH3, here also NH3 sorry, here also NH3. Okay, now here Cl, here also Cl. Now they are fulfilling primary valency also, so dotted lines, bracket close. Now here what would be there? Plus charge, plus 1 charge. Okay, or you can write Cl also. Just see here COCl2 NH3 whole 4. Okay, so it will ionize into positive plus Cl negative. Okay, no problem at all. Yes, now here there is a 3 chloride ion, negatively charged ion, chloro ion ligand, negatively charged ligand. So they will fulfill primary as well as secondary valency. This is neutral ligand, it has to fulfill only secondary valency. So write down the structure. CO 1 2 3 4 5 6. So now 3 NH3, here also NH3, here also NH3, but here what is there? Cl, here also Cl, here also Cl, here also Cl, bracket close. Now here what is there? No charge. Now this is secondary valency. Now dotted line, primary valency. So conclusion and very interesting thing is there, that negatively charged ligand, if they are present inside the square bracket, they will fulfill primary as well as secondary valency. Over. So structure is over. So on the basis of Werner theory, very easily we can study, we can know the property of coordination compound, even their structure and some other property like ionizable, non-ionizable part. Now I will teach you some wear and tear work of this unit. Before proceeding to the IUPAC nomenclature, some more things are there. Suppose these are the compounds: PdCl2.4NH3, NiCl2.6H2O, PtCl4.2HCl, COCl3.4NH3, PtCl2.2NH3. They are being treated with the silver nitrate in excess quantity. And what was the result? Mole of AgCl precipitated. In this case 2 moles of AgCl is precipitated. In this case also 2 mole. In this case 0 mole. In this case 1 mole. And in this case 0 mole. Okay. So suppose these are the, what to say, in 1 year of sample paper of CBSE, they have given such type of questions. Okay, but they have given the particular chemical compound, and they told it is treated with the AgNO3, and that many mole of silver chloride is precipitated out. What would be the chemical formula of that coordination compound? So very easily you can write, just see here, 2 mole of AgCl is coming. So what is the meaning of this one? Means 2 Cl is present in the ionization sphere, and the rest everything is present inside the coordination sphere. So just see, just write here formula PD, and here what is there? NH3 whole 4 bracket close and Cl2. Correct or not? Just see that one. Means on the basis of this experiment we have got the idea of chemical compound name or chemical compound formula, that is coordination compound. Okay, that would be there. Now obviously if 2 mole of Cl is coming out, it means Cl, 2 Cl ion is present in the ionization sphere. Okay, now in this case also just see, 2 are coming out, 2 mole of AgCl. So what would be the formula? Formula would be, just see, NiH2O whole 6 bracket close, 2 mole is coming out, it means Cl2. This would be the chemical formula of coordination compound. What about this one? Here just see, nothing has come out as a precipitate, it means everything is present inside the coordination sphere. So what would be the formula? Just see here, PT, just see, PT, now Cl6, PT Cl6 bracket close. Now H2 will not be the negatively charged ion, H2 is positively charged, so it will be present this side, H2. Now everything, if you see this coordination compound, everything is clear. What would be the oxidation state of nickel here? 2 positive. What would be the oxidation state of palladium here? 2 positive. You can calculate the way I told you, same way you can calculate. Now here what would be the oxidation state of platinum here? +4, +4. Just you check. What would be the secondary valency of platinum here? 6. What would be the secondary valency of nickel here? 6. What would be the primary valency of nickel here? 2. What would be the primary valency of palladium? 2. What would be the secondary valency? 4. Everything is as per the Werner's theory direction or Werner's theory principle. Okay. What about this one? Only one AgCl is coming out. So what is the meaning of here? What would be the formula? Just see. CO, only one, means only one Cl is present outside the coordination sphere. CO, rest 2, CO, Cl2, here what is there? NH3 whole 4 bracket close, and here what is there? Cl. Now if you calculate the oxidation number of cobalt, it will come +3. And now these Cl2 which are present inside the coordination sphere, they are fulfilling primary valency as well as secondary valency. That is why its oxidation number has come +3. Just see how, one Cl is present here. Okay, so that is clearly fulfilling the primary valency. What about 2 more? These 2 chlorine which are present inside, they will fulfill the primary as well as secondary valency. Then only +3 will come here. Okay, so now just see what would be the secondary valency of this one? 4 by NH3 and 2 by chloro ion. Okay, so 6. Now in this case what is there? Nothing has come out. It means what would be there? Just see. Here you can write their formula, PT, then what is there? Cl2, then what is there? NH3 whole twice, bracket close. Now nothing has come out. Now what would be the oxidation state of platinum? +2 only, because this is neutral molecules and its oxidation number is 0. Okay, remember, neutral ligand only fulfill the secondary valency. So here negatively charged ligand, it fulfill its primary as well as secondary valency. Then only platinum will be +2. So I hope that this experiment has strengthened your coordination chemistry knowledge. Okay, and such type of things very easily you can solve if they come in the question paper. Okay. Dear cadets, now I will teach you some more interesting pattern in the coordination compound. Just see, suppose this is the compound K4FeCN6. Okay, so just see here. This is also positively charged ion, potassium. So just see. Now everything you know here, only you don't know the oxidation state of iron. So I told you very easily you can calculate. Just see, 4 plus 1 plus x plus 6 Cn equal to minus 1, that is equal to 0. Okay, how we are writing 0? Just see here. Will tell you. Now 4 plus x minus 6 equal to 0. So x equal to plus 2. Plus 2 or not? So the oxidation state of iron is here plus 2. Now try to understand. You have got the value of x here. Put here value of x 2. So just you see 4, here also write 2. So just see 4 plus 2, that is 6, and this is minus 6, that is equal to 0. So what we can say, in coordination compound also the total number of positive and negative charge is equal. Just like a normal salt, just see NaCl, here minus 1 plus 1, correct or not? CaCl2, what is there? Here 2 positive, here 2 negative. 1 chlorine is minus 1, 2 chlorine is minus 2. Okay, so total number of positive and negative charges equal in the normal salt. Similarly, in coordination compound or coordination salt also the total number of positive and negative charges equal. The point number 1. Second one thing is, try to understand, that is also very important. See, suppose you know the oxidation number of central metal atom, but you don't know this number. Okay, so that number can also be calculated. How? Just see, let this number be x. Okay, plus now oxidation number of Fe you know 2. Here what is there? Minus 6 equal to 0. So x equal to what would be there? X equal to 6 minus 2. So x equal to what is there? 4. 4 or not? So here very easily you can write 4. Correct or not? This can also be calculated. Similarly, suppose you know 4, you know the oxidation number of iron, but you don't know this ligand number, that can also be calculated. Just see how. See, 4 plus 2, now minus x equal to 0. So x equal to what would be there? X equal to 6. So now here you can put the 6. So are you hearing me or not? So this is very interesting thing. Same way, suppose I am writing this compound COCl2 NH3 whole 4 bracket close, and here Cl is there. Okay, this is the compound. So now suppose you know its oxidation number, or first you don't know its oxidation number. So calculate the oxidation number. X plus 2 minus 1 plus 4, this is neutral ligand, so 0, that is plus minus 1, 1 minus 1 equal to 0. So x minus 2 minus 1 equal to 0. So x equal to plus 3. So the oxidation number of cobalt is plus 3. Okay, suppose you know the oxidation number, but you don't know here what should number will come here. How many number of Cl should be here? So that can also be calculated. Just see. Now here only you put, right now I put here minus 1. So you just put here x. Okay, x. Okay, so now here what would be there? Minus 2 minus 1 0. So now x equal to what will come? Just see, x minus 2, x here, just a minute, 0 plus what should be its number? So suppose this is x. So here you have to put 3, because you should know this one. So 3 minus 2, and here what is there? Plus x. So x equal to what is there? 1. So number is 1. means what is there, if you know the oxidation number, rest everything can be calculated. Similarly, if you know rest of everything, then oxidation number of central metal atom can be calculated. Okay, including ligand number also you can calculate, and sum of the total number of positive and negative charge is equal to 0 in coordination compound also. This is the only reason, that is why they are known as salt, coordination salt, complex salt. In normal salt, what is there? Total number of positive and negative charge is equal to 0 only. Here also positive and negative charge is equal to 0 only. But they are known as complex salt or coordination salt because whatever ligand is present inside the coordination sphere, or whatever ligand is present inside the coordination sphere, they form the coordinate bond with the central metal atom and they are non-ionizable. That is why they are known as complex salt or complex coordination compound. Are you getting my point or not? This is the only difference between normal salt and coordinate salt. In this way, everything regarding this one is completed. Now rest important thing is IUPAC nomenclature. So in IUPAC nomenclature there are two types of coordination compound, anionic and cationic. So when coordination sphere, just try to understand, so just understand this one only. This is now what kind of complex compound this one, just see, rub this one. What kind of coordination compound this one? Always remember, if this side, if positively charged ion is present in coordination sphere, positively charged ion is present in, ionization sphere, okay, and this side nothing is there, so that coordination compound is known as cationic complex. Cationic complex. Reason, just see, ionize this one. So when you ionize, what would be there? 4K positive plus what would be there here? FeCN6, and here what would be there? 4 negative. So this is known as cationic complex. What is this one? Anionic complex. Now rub this one. Anionic complex means if ion is present, positively charged ion is present in ionization sphere, then ulta, reverse, complex would be called anionic complex. Once again listen, if positively charged ion is present in ionization sphere, coordination complex would be negatively charged and complex would be known as anionic complex. Now just see here, in this way what is there? Just this side what is there? Ion, negatively charged ion is present in the ionization sphere. So suppose it is ionizing. So how you will ionize this one? Just see, COCl2 NH3 whole 4 plus what is there? Cl negative. Okay, Cl negative. So here what would be there? Single positive. So what would be this complex? This would be cationic complex. Okay, so by seeing the chemical formula of coordination compound, we can decide whether the complex would be anionic or cationic. How? Just see, if positively charged ion is present in the ionization sphere, coordination complex would be anionic. If negatively charged ion is present in the ionization sphere, negatively charged ion is present in the right hand side of the ionization sphere, then coordination complex would be called cationic complex. Remember this one. This is the most important thing. Okay, because IUPAC rule is different for cationic complex and anionic complex. Only minor difference is there, not major difference, minor difference. But in exam, minor difference only matters a lot. Okay. So I hope that you understood the meaning of cationic complex and anionic complex. Even though it will be written in this form only, but complex would be called anionic complex. Similarly, this may be written in this form only, but this complex would be called cationic complex. Okay. Now, so I hope that your knowledge of coordination compound is strengthened a lot. Now, all those basics and everything I taught. Now, what is there? Only one thing is left, that is IUPAC nomenclature. So, we'll teach you tomorrow. If still doubt is there, your doubt is always welcome. But before proceeding towards the nomenclature, please by heart the charge of ligands. Positively charged ligand, negatively charged ligand, neutral ligand, isn't it? Their name, because there is a little bit difference in the name also. Like now water is called here aqua, NH3 is called here amine, isn't it? NH2 is called amido, NH is called imido. So all these things you should remember here. Then only you can name the coordination compound. Similarly, you should be well versed with the calculation of oxidation number. If oxidation number you are writing wrong, your entire IUPAC name will be wrong. So just take care all those things, means be prepared with all those things. Next time we'll teach the IUPAC nomenclature. Thank you.